Okay.
Hi, everybody. So today we're going to talk about downloads or memories that have been returned to you. So we're going to talk, Anna and I are going to talk about some of the returns that we've been given as far as memories and downloads. And I think they're very pertinent to right now. So I'm going to be talking about the Earth and the densities and the dimensions. And I'm probably going to be reading a little bit. So excuse me for that. And we're going to go ahead and then Anna's going to talk about astrology and kind of how you come in when you're born. And then we're going to talk about the sea flu a little bit at the end, because that's been a huge catalyst for everything that's happening right now. Okay, so the Earth is in the process of moving into fourth density positive, which basically means love with wisdom. So the chaos is about to end. Now, this may be a little ugly still for the next few months because the truths will come out for everyone. But 2022 is going to be a lot nicer year than 2021. So I just wanted to let everybody know that. And because we're going into fourth density positive, the Earth is also going to be taking its people into fourth density positive, which means the consciousness is going to rise. I received that this will happen this month in December of 2021. The magnetic shift is also happening at the end of this month. So everything is coinciding. So I wanted to also talk about what the Earth looks like. This is a huge drama topic. So it is not flat and it is not round. The Earth is a toroidal field and it looks like a very big donut, basically. So there is a center of the Earth, and that is also a portal. And you can get into the layers of the Earth. So there are inner Earth people. And that is one of the easiest ways to get in, is to go down through that center. Now, one of the reasons that everybody thinks that the Earth is flat, or the flat earthers think that the Earth is flat, is because we are relegated to a certain part of the planet. So we don't get to see the whole planet right now. And we've been kind of cut off. That's about to end. So we are going to see a lot more landmass in the future. And we're going to get to explore our beautiful Earth in the future, which is going to be very different than what we expected. So what else? So the atmosphere is round. So it is round, and it does look kind of like a dome, I guess, but it's not. It's energetically held together. It's not held together with glass. So I'm not really sure who started that concept, but that's not the right way anyway. And that was a download from me. So these are my opinions from my higher self. And if you don't like them, it's completely fine. Everybody gets their own information, but eventually everybody's information will match up. So as far as the densities, I was shown the densities probably like 6 months ago, and they look like a large crystal slab, and they're stacked on top of each other. And I was pulled through one of the densities with my light body to see the Earth below. So that's how I got to see that shape. Please excuse the drilling going on outside. And as far as like what they feel like, they're just enormous. So these densities, you can see little cities inside of them, but you are looking through crystal. And I saw 6 of them, but the 7th density was up there. It was just more like liquid. So it wasn't like crystal, it wasn't solid. And I had to go back and ask again to see that 7th density. And then What else? I did get that our weather will change. So over the next couple of years, the world become more temperate. So we're not going to have all these crazy weather events anymore, and it'll be much easier to move around the world. So I know that travel will become easier. There's a lot of different things that will become easier, but I think that's about it. I might think of something else, but I want to turn it over to Anna now to talk about how we come in to this reality.
Awesome. Excuse me.
Mhm.
So this was also a download for me when I didn't really even understand what download meant. Now I understand that they're all memories and
Mhm.
they're locked in there until we unlock them. Um, and so the way that I saw it at this point was, as a soul, we choose the incarnation that we're coming into. So this one for me, the way I'll explain it, as a soul, I chose what I needed to come into this life to heal or help others do, for myself and the collective. And so as I was coming in, I chose my mom and dad and sister. And my mom, so I see it like this, she was already pregnant with a human child.
Mhm.
I chose to drop down and go into that body as a soul. And as you come down, dropping down to me is I'm able to see, like looking at a birth natal chart, um, and you drop down through each reality, each realm of each energy of the planets, the stars, asteroids, whatever you choose to follow. And so that's how you drop down and you're getting that energy, grabbing those energy codes from that planet, because that's what you're going to need when you're down here on Earth. So once you
Mhm.
go through your astrology chart and you realize what you are and what you can do to change those things, to me, that's the codes that are unlocking and the reasons why you chose to come in at that exact time, that exact space, in that energy. Um, and then I also see how it leads to everything else because of all the different codes, different things, and each person is different for that reason. But that just goes back for how many, many, many millions of years of energies, and how it's still the same thing. And each person gets a little bit of this, a little bit of this. And that's how we are formed.
Right. So I'm going to just interject one thing. So a lot of us are millions of years old. So our light body could be millions and millions of years old. Some of us are very young and some of us are very old. And the ones that are very old came here to help with this transition that's going on. So I just wanted to interject that. And then,
And that's why I'm here this time,
mhm,
is to help. And so, and I'm understanding that more and more as we go, and these downloads that are coming in, that of why I chose this and why I'm going through it. And a lot of our conversation earlier, what you said makes a lot more sense.
yeah, yeah, it's beautiful. So we're also going to talk about the reason why the C flu or the C-19 flu came, and what Anna has a lot to say about that because she got a great download about it. So she's going to tell us about that.
I think as we do more of these videos, a lot more will come up because there's a lot of this that's happened. But to make it general, or to begin, FLU means frequency light upgrade. So to me, sickness is um, a belief system, a creation that we recreate. So everything that this society calls sick, the way I see it is it's a symptom. Everything is a symptom. And every symptom comes from an emotional or a mental aspect that your body is trying to tell you something needs to be healed, whether it's from this lifetime or other lifetimes. And so now that I understand that and I see how this society has created medicine, I understand what that I understand from a place of compassion how they think that they are doing the right thing, but I understand how it's just fear. It's just fear. So if everybody realized that they weren't sick and that they were trying to figure out emotional stuff, then they wouldn't go to the doctor. I mean, like I can see the whole progression. But anyways, C-19 flu, whatever you want to call it, all it is a catalyst for everyone who is able to understand that their body is trying to upgrade because we're going from carbon based to crystalline. So something has to happen for that to change. And then all we can talk about a little bit now, we can go into it later. Mucus is moving stuff out of our bodies. So you get a cough. The emotional reason for cough is that you want to bark at the world or you want to tell somebody something that you're not saying. So if you figured out what the emotional side of it was and you were coughing and that was trying to come out of your body, has something to do with the throat chakra energy, and you were able to accept that instead of saying, oh, I'm sick, oh, I need NyQuil, or oh, I need antibiotics. If you were able to use essential oils or crystals or just channel the energy of those things, and know that your body was going through an upgrade, then you could go rest, because that's all it needs, is it wants you to go lay down and rest and drink water and put good stuff in your body and let that move through, because it's just trying to move out, because that's how we go from carbon based to crystalline. Those carbon cells, every time we take a breath in, we're breathing in oxygen, it does its thing in our body, and then every out breath we breathe out is carbon. But think about what we eat, carbohydrates. So when that breaks down, that's blowing out carbon. So there's a lot of other things that does, but anyways, the mucus that comes from our lungs. So when you're coughing and you go through that process, so this whole thing, the biggest part of it is people getting sick, having to do with their lungs, being on oxygen and all of that, because people don't know how to go into the emotional side of things to clear their lungs so they can move the mucus through. So the big download about this is that it's just a catalyst for growth. That if you are able to understand that it's trying to tell you something, your body's trying to teach you something, you will be okay. If you believe you're sick and you're going to die, then you're going to create that reality. So I definitely see both realities, but I understand how they're created too.
Makes total sense. And we do create our total reality. So I think that as everybody learns how to be a sovereign being again, they're going to realize that they're responsible for their life experience, and then they're responsible for all of it. So that's going to change how we do everything in the future.
Everything,
so,
right?
That's really good. Another catalyst is Mr. T. So
right.
there's a lot of catalysts, and we have catalysts all in our life. And if you feel triggered by somebody, then that's a catalyst. So look at them and say, oh, thank you for triggering me. Now I can figure out what it is that I need to deal with, instead of just being pissed off at them.
Right. And in victimization mode, that they're doing something to you. Right.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
So,
yep.
Yep. Good
Beautiful
stuff. Good stuff. So we just really wanted to get that out today, because I've been getting pushed majorly by my higher self to say some things about the planet. And also, I'm just so grateful that Anna could express all of that about C-19 flu, because we're about to go into something completely different. And everything's about to flip. So we just wanted to share that with you right before this flip happens. So
Yeah.
all of you guys have a beautiful day. Thank you.
Thank you.